Hey, welcome back to another episode of Dustin's Life 365. This is part 2 of Oats 2026. Part 1, we went through the whole cutting process, making sure they were ready, getting stuff hauled down here and everything like that. But now we are on to baling. So if you haven't checked out part 1, go ahead and do so if you're interested in that. But this is baling oats. All right, so I'll just do a quick little walk around. I mean, this is the equipment that I use. So I'm baling with a 4430 John Deere. This is the first big tractor that I ever bought, actually, come to think of it. I started my operation with a 50 horse International 484, 9-foot cutter, little side delivery rake, and a square baler. And I've just slowly grown when I could afford it. And this is my first big tractor. So this last year I picked up this COUSE RB564. Pretty nice baler. And you know, if you guys know me well enough, guess what? It was on an auction. But I've only baled with Vermeers. I've had a 605M and I've had a 605 Super M. And now I've got this RB564, and there's a lot of things I like about it. But I've still got the 605M, and I bale with a 4640 with it. But that tractor's tied up on a disc, getting a field prepped for planting. Hopefully Sunday, in a couple of days, we'll get this project knocked out. But that's my tractor and baler setup. This is the raking setup, and this is a 4020, and this used to be my wife's grandpa's, actually, and we did some trading. He actually has that 484 little International. He needed a tiny little tractor for just around the yard, and I needed to get a bigger tractor, and I gave him a loader with it and all of that stuff. Has bobcat attachments and stuff. But anyways, I ended up getting this, and I am not gonna lie to you, this is the smoothest riding tractor across fields. Obviously I swath, I rake, I bale, I pick up, I do it all. I've got the 4430, the 4640, the swather, and then now this 4020. I've had it for a handful of years, actually. But man, this girl, she just glides across the field. So I love this tractor. Open station, so we brought the cowboy hat along now because it's 90 again, hot. And yeah, so then I've got a Frontier WR1214C, I believe. Let's see, it's 14 wheel rake, got the wind guards on it. Handy tractor, or rake. Got this again on an auction out in Iowa, and this has been a really good rake for me. It definitely does the job. I'm pulling 2-to-1, and so I rake with a Frontier, which is an off-brand John Deere, but actually H&S builds them, because everything on this thing I can go to actually my case dealer and get H&S parts. So if you have a Frontier wheel rake, then it's H&S. So pretty good rake, just a wheel rake, ground driven, and that's the rake. So this is our field. Been laying for 2 days, and what's crazy is, like, it's already starting to grow up through the windrows. They're not real thick windrows, but we've been plagued with drought. But this is, yeah, 2 days, and up here in this corner where I parked the machines, little knob here, way up there's the really dry knob. But yeah, we get into this field a little bit. It thickens up some, but like I said, we've been really drought, horrible winter. There's some green to it, fine stem stuff. It's not gonna produce as much as I really want. I mean, it never produces enough as you want, but it'll make some hay. So we're gonna jump on that rake and we're gonna start raking. I'm gonna get my turn rows done tonight, and the sun's starting to go down. I did some work on the baler and just some projects around, and I'm getting to this. So we'll get turn rows probably baled up tonight and see how she goes. All right, so I just raked my turn rows, and they are named that because literally when you drive down, you have to turn around, right? So driving down, you got to turn around. So let's take a look at some of this stuff that I just got done raking. And after you rake it, it fluffs it up a little bit. This over here looks pretty good, but yeah, it fluffs it up pretty good. I mean, these substantial windrows, just deceiving with it growing through. And moisture content, you don't have to wait like like guys ted it when they're kind of in the east because of the humidity. I don't have a tedder. We don't have to worry about that here. We're in a drier climate. The only thing is when you put it in a bale, 15% moisture. And I've got a tester, and we'll test it. It's in the other tractor actually, so I can tell by the feel of it. This stuff's plenty dry, but I'll test it tomorrow. But yeah, you look over there and you'll see the turn rows. That's raked. And so I raked 2 passes all the way around this field, clear up to that far corner up over there. Now we'll jump in the baler and we'll just get these knocked out. And that way tomorrow, none of the hay is going to be in our way when we hit our turn row. We can just turn around and rake. So we'll get these baled up. All right, so there you have it. I baled up my windrow, or my turn rows, and it got super windy outside because there's some clouds moving in. Off to the west, we're still okay. Radio did say that there was a slight chance of rain tonight. That over there to the east looks pretty bad. So I hope it does stay dry just one more night, and then it can pour all at once I get this done. All right, so we are back down here, ready to bale some oats. And we did catch some rain last night, unfortunately. And so I'm just over here kind of walking around, checking the bottom sides of these windrows and seeing if I can try to go tonight a little bit more. I've let it sit all day, took on some other projects, moved some cows, did some other stuff, but kind of let this sit all day. It's been really, really nice sunshine all day. Hoping I could at least get a couple hours in yet tonight, but I don't know. I just moved a little bit up there, kind of by where the baler is. Seems a little bit wet underneath. I don't know. Check some of these here. I mean, checking these, like these windrows, they're not huge by any means. So they should dry really quick. But you just kind of pull that over from the bottom, and I mean, there's some green growth coming back, and that kind of holds some moisture. I don't know what I can do is rake a pass or two and then just bale some and see what it tests at anyways, and just go from there. It's all we can do, I guess. So we will jump on the rake and get some raking done. Maybe rake two or three long passes here, jump the baler, bale a couple. I did bring my moisture tester down so we can test it and make sure we're putting up some good stuff. Alright, so we're sitting in the baler, and I raked 6 passes. So I got 6 passes there. We're going to go ahead and bale a couple and see what they test at. Alright, so we just finished 2 bales. Got my moisture tester here. Test this one. She looks a little green, but we'll see. 25, so we're a little bit wet. 15, so that's good. We'll run over here real quick and test this one. 15 is acceptable. Really anything under 20 I'm okay with. Shouldn't mold under 20. 14. 14. By golly, I think we're okay. Must have just hit a little wet slug on that one. 29 there again, just kind of a wet. I wonder if gonna have a few little wet spots because of that rain last night. 14 again. We could probably go if we need to push, but we'll jump in. We'll probably finish these 6 and let it rest for tomorrow. Make sure we stay under that 20%. So we're back, and there was a little bit of like haze this morning, so, and a little bit of dew, so we let that burn off, and we're looking at 10:30 right now. So little breeze, lots and lots of sunshine. Should be a perfect day to bale some hay. So I'm gonna rake probably half of this field, and that'll give, you know, several hours, couple 2-3 hours for sure, for any kind of moisture that would be still on the bottom to then roll over to the top and get cured out, and we should make some good hay today. So ride along with me, and we're gonna get started. So we have about half of it raked. Took about 3.5 hours. So we will go ahead, jump in the baler, and we will start making some bales. Should be cured out by now because it's a little breezy, lots of sunshine, not a cloud in the sky, and pushing 90 plus now, I believe. It's supposed to be up to like 95 today, so perfect drying conditions on these oats. It doesn't matter how dry they are, really. I mean, drier the better, kind of like grass hay. Alfalfa is the one that you got to worry about your moisture content to keep the leaves, but not on this. So we will jump in that baler and make some bales. Well, baling along, and broke a chain. My pickup head quit working, so broke a chain. And that's the chain I broke that actually goes right there on the slip clutch for the pickup head. But this one fell off that sprocket. Worst part of it, bent that shaft. So, yeah, that's a fix. I broke that shaft last year. Had to replace it. So that's a brand new shaft. A little disappointed with that. So I'm gonna have to go to the dealer and figure out what we got to do there. But I almost have baled up what I got raked. But what I'm thinking now is I'll just run back to the shop, grab the other tractor and baler, and we'll just finish this field with that other baler, I guess. Breakdowns. All right, just pulled the monitor out of that tractor. Didn't plan on that, so got it. We'll grab that baler, head back to the field, get everything hooked up, and keep rolling. Got this one hooked up, road ready. We'll get her to the field and get her hooked up and finish baling what we have raked anyways, but off to the field. Hooked up to that one. Hour and 40 minutes. That one broke. So we hooked to that one. We'll go finish baling. Lights on this tractor aren't the greatest, so I don't know how late I'll be able to go, but we'll try to get at least done what I got raked. All right, got everything baled up that I had raked. Glad I got 2 balers. So we'll get back at this project tomorrow. Beautiful morning here, but a little bit of dew. So might need to let that burn off just a little bit before we head down to that field. So get the back of the pickup cleaned off, fill up my water, but nice morning. We'll head out. We're back in this field. We're gonna check some windrows, gonna check the top, see if the dew's burned off, and then get rolling and hopefully finish this up today. But just want to come over here and look. So the top is just a little bit damp still. Roll that over. Good green color underneath. Good sunshine today, but we should be able to probably get started raking and get this all rolled up. Once we get that turned over, this bottom side will dry really good, and that's holding really good color. Not bone dry, but it is a little bit dewy this morning. So we will head over to the equipment over yonder, do a quick service, probably start raking, let this stuff kind of cure as much as we can, and then we'll get to baling again. I run older equipment. I feel it is vitally important to check service every single day. At the end of the field, I always blow the baler out. I don't like dirt, hay in there, so when we get done, we'll do that. But every day, check fluids, grease, just do everything. So, got everything fueled up. We're gonna start raking again. We are all raked. Now we're going to start baling. We'll get her finished up today. Baling along, hear a little chatter. Let's investigate. sucker. And this one literally just got greased. It gets greased every single time. This never fails. Bearings, you suck. So we've got that baler down, and now we've got this one down, but this will be an easy fix. I probably have one of those at the shop. Got the pig up here. We'll get this swapped out. Well, it looks like I'm gonna need a gear puller, and that's back at the shop. Got to get that off anyways, and then if I have that bearing in, it's gonna be back at the shop too. So I will pause that. We'll go back to the shop, see if I have the right bearing. Hopefully I do, and grab that gear puller. So to be continued. I don't understand this. Designers obviously don't work on their own crap. So that chain has to come off, but there isn't enough clearance right here for this sprocket to just come off. I had the gear puller on it. It was coming, but then it gets caught up. There's a little groove right there, and I can't get that sucker to just slide right off. I don't understand it. Give me a 1/2 inch. That's all I need is a 1/2 inch. Come on, man, come on. Another genius design idea, right? So without lifting the tongue of this baler up, this shield right here in the tractor running position is right in the way of that. So you can't really get any leverage on it. Can't really put no power tools, because you saw I had to switch to just a regular ratchet because my impact, there's not a straight line there. So let's just put that right there. That makes a lot of sense, because that's needed, right? Help me figure that one out. Oh, silly. In fact, on this side, I had to replace, that's the bearing on the other side of the one I'm fixing now. And I ended up just cutting that notch out so that I could get straight in with power tools. So, and it hasn't made a bit of difference on the performance of this baler. So yeah, I don't know. I don't get it, man. Well, just blew the gasket right here, right there, on this clutch and PTO valve. If you've ever done this before, you know that you will lose all of your hydraulics in a matter of minutes. So this tractor is down. That's a bit of a project, so we're off to get a different tractor. Well, grab that. Then grab that. Now I'm gonna pull that tractor out. I've got it all unhooked here. I'll show you real quick. So everything's unhooked from this one. I'll just grab a chain and we'll just pull her straight forward, and then I'll get it loaded on that probably tomorrow. I just want to get going and bale some more, so we'll get her pulled off and get hooked up, keep baling. Alright, that's a wrap. We got her finished up, finally. Took way longer than it should have. Breakdowns, delays. It just happens. But it's alright. I think the hay is actually pretty good. Just like I said, took a little longer than it was expected. But we got her wrapped up. So anyways, thanks for joining me. Catch you on the next episode.